What happens when every financial advisor is using AI? When AI becomes the standard expectation for investors, what will make your firm stand out? Because people need more than just technology, they need a reason to work with you and your firm. Today we're going to cover the 3 pillars that advisory leaders need to have in place in an AI-driven world. If you miss any of these pillars, you will quickly be outpaced by your competition. Hi, I'm Jon Cook. I'm the founder of Keynote Content. We help advisory firms scale through thought leadership and technology. And I personally spent the past 3 years connecting with close to 2,000 advisors one-on-one through LinkedIn and YouTube, conferences, Zoom calls, coffee conversations, so many coffee meetings. In this video, we're going to cover the 3 core pillars that will determine if your firm scales or stalls in the next 5 years. Pillar 1 is your message, how you talk about what you do. Can prospects immediately understand the value that you bring to the conversation, or do you just kind of sound like every other financial advisor? Pillar 2 is your method. This is your proprietary process. Can you deliver consistent experiences as you scale, or does every advisor kind of do their own things a little differently and it doesn't feel cohesive or congruent with your core message? Pillar 3 is your multiplier. These are AI-powered technologies, processes, capabilities, but also how you multiply your message to a larger audience for creating the impact that you want. So using technology and thought leadership, how do you multiply your impact? Can your firm operate efficiently and get out in front of the right audience, or are you still spending 40% of your time on manual, repetitive tasks that are low value work? Now, let me be very clear. Technology shouldn't replace advisors. I call that the Robo-Advisor Lesson, because if you remove the human, you lose the client. That's the lesson we've learned with robo-advisors. And everything we'll cover today is aimed at increasing your capacity and your team's capacity for what makes you irreplaceable. Those are deep client relationships, crisis management, legacy conversations, know exactly what matters to your client, what are they thinking, and then being the voice of reason in any market situation. That is the moat that AI simply cannot touch. But you can't create that moat without the right plan in place. To do that, you need to modernize your message, your method, and your multiplier. And most firms that I meet with are strong in at least 1, if not 2 of these pillars, but having all 3 pillars in place will give your firm much greater stability for growth, especially over the next few years. And by the end of this video, you'll have a pretty good idea which of these 3 pillars might need your attention the most and which one will you feel the strongest. So let's talk about pillar 1, your message. This is how you talk about what you do. If I go to your website, your LinkedIn, your ADV, and it says, we provide comprehensive financial planning for busy professionals, you are invisible, because that exact language could describe virtually every other advisor's website. So what does that look like? Generic messaging sounds like this. We help families plan for retirement. Nothing is compelling about that. But how does this sound? We help physicians and their families navigate partnership buyouts, student loan strategies, and practice succession planning so they can retire at 55 instead of 65. That second message is specific. It signals expertise. It attracts the right clients, physicians and their families, and it repels the wrong clients. That's what strong messaging does. Because if prospects are choosing you based on price or convenience or referral relationships, but not because of your expertise, your messaging is the problem. That's the bottleneck, because you're competing on everything except what makes you different. And I like saying life is too short to sound like every other financial advisor, because that is the core problem that most firms, that at least the ones that I meet with, and that's what we cover in our Advisor Story program. It answers the question, what should a prospect know about you that's different? Why do you do what you do? What do you stand for? What do you stand against? Why should they even choose you over every other advisor? What makes you different? Why does it matter? That's pillar 1. That's your message, how you talk about what you do. And real quick, if you found this helpful so far, click that subscribe button and hit the bell. You can catch more of my videos as we jump into second pillar. The second pillar is your method. This is your proprietary process, your framework, your method, whatever you want to call it, different names, same concept. This is your documentable and repeatable process that you use and you guide clients and prospects through to give them a consistent and scalable experience. Can't guarantee results, and especially in the marketplace, but you can give them a consistent, elevated engagement and experience. And most advisors that I met with, they deliver great advice, but they maybe struggle with having a consistent way of explaining. Here's how they do that in a way that's transferable, teachable, and scalable. Because if I was to ask you, what's your process? And you say, well, we do comprehensive financial planning, that's not a method, that's a service description. When people start with you, where do you start? It can't just be discovery, gather documents, ACATS, and we rebalance. It can't be that, because those are table stakes. And if I'm connecting with an advisor and he's telling me about a generic looking process or generic sounding type of message, I can likely expect generic service. Your method needs to be a proprietary framework with a name and clear stages and a repeatable experience for prospects to go through from intake all the way through the client lifecycle. In a generic process, it says, well, we meet with clients quarterly to review their plan. We do discovery. And like I was just talking about, that's a very generic process. But a proprietary process says something like this. We use the 4 pillars wealth strategy. We do protection, growth, income, and legacy. And every quarter, we score each pillar on a 1 to 10 scale, and we optimize the lowest scoring area to continue to elevate that experience for our clients as they pursue the financial future that they crave. That whole process is teachable, it's scalable, it's sustainable. You can train a next-gen advisor to jump right in and deliver that same type of process. You can show a prospect exactly what they're getting. It's simple enough that you can draw that on the back of a napkin, but it's strong enough that you can build an entire keynote talk on that process. You can scale it across multiple advisors without losing your consistency or quality. And that's what a strong methodology does for your firm. If every advisor on your team delivers planning and talks about what you do and talks about your services in completely different ways, if your clients get inconsistent experiences, or if you can't explain your own process in 60 seconds or less, that means your method is the bottleneck. You can't scale what you can't systematize. Let's talk about this third pillar. This is your multiplier. This includes 2 parts, AI-powered tech and thought leadership, how you multiply your impact and your message at scale. Today we're gonna focus just on the AI side of things, and I'll cover thought leadership multipliers in a future video, but for now, let's talk about tech. We're seeing what I'm calling the rise of the agentic advisor. This is when an advisor strategically implements AI to reclaim their time and multiply their impact through high-value work. And the firms that will win over the next 5 years are the ones that are optimizing with human-first technology. Advisors with Cambridge and LPL and Raymond James, Edward Jones, UBS, Kingsview, down the line, they're telling me they're spending as much as 40% of their time on admin work. They are manually creating notes, meeting summaries, emails, onboarding, chasing documents, all these tasks, compliance paperwork, that's all being done manually, when much, if not all of that, could actually be done with AI that would free up those advisors to escape that 40% of manual work and focus more on high value, more strategic work, such as deeper discovery, better conversations with COIs, building out relationships, mentoring, continuing to build thought leadership, being on stage in front of the right audience, all the things that are high value, that are more human-centric as far as the task is concerned. When advisors are stuck in that low level, low impact work, that's what is causing advisors to hit capacity. You can only serve so many clients when you're doing everything manually, but AI note takers, data porting for your CRM, AI-powered workflows, intake, qualifying, scheduling, and meeting notes and summaries and meeting prep, those are all fantastic ways to reclaim your time every single week. And when you reclaim that time and you reinvest it into more client meetings and prospect calls, crisis management, and deepening COI connections, and creating more authoritative content, that is when your value starts to scale. That's when you start to multiply your impact beyond your time capacity. Every piece of tech that you introduce into your firm needs to multiply your capacity and your team's capacity for human connection. And if it doesn't help you do more of that, then what's the point? I mentioned this earlier, that trust is the moat that AI simply cannot touch. And if you're working 60, 70 hours a week and you're constantly behind on admin work, or you're hitting your capacity, you can't take on more clients, not having a good multiplier is the bottleneck. So how do these 3 pillars work together? And what does it look like when you are weak in 1 or maybe 2 of the 3? So I'll give you scenario 1. You have a strong message and you have a strong multiplier, but you have a weak method. You're attracting the right prospects with great messaging, great marketing, get in front of the right people. They love your positioning, but when they become clients, they realize this process, this experience is not consistent. Your 6 or 7 advisors are all talking about what you do in completely different ways. None of that, I have no idea where we're even at in the plan. If every advisor does things just a little bit differently, the experience doesn't match the promise. And as a result, you have a high acquisition rate, but low retention. Clients are churning because they don't know, what can I expect when I work with you? Scenario 2 is that you have a strong method and you have a strong multiplier, but a weak message. You built an incredible, phenomenal proprietary process. Your clients love it. Your intake and onboarding process is solid, it's smooth, but prospects, they have no idea that you even exist because your messaging is generic. You're the anonymous advisor who gives great service, but you're not growing. You're invisible to your marketplace. Scenario 3 is that you have a strong message and you have a strong method, but you have a weak multiplier. When you have the first two, people love working with you, but you can't scale because you're doing everything yourself, or you have no idea how to get in front of more of the right audience at a greater scale. Because hiring more admins, that isn't the solution. You need a better way to multiply your impact through technology. And all three pillars have to work together. Your message attracts the right clients. Your method delivers consistent experience and consistent value, and your multiplier uses the right technology and thought leadership to scale. Those three together, you need to have all three of those in place to be able to scale, or your firm will stall out in the next 5 years. And if this was helpful to you, hit subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and click the bell so you can catch more of my videos about how to scale your message through thought leadership and technology as an advisory leader. Earlier I mentioned that there are two parts of having a great multiplier. You have thought leadership and you have technology. You can build a great practice with only a handful of AI-driven systems, a solid message and a repeatable method, but what's the accelerant? Thought leadership. Packaging your expertise for the right audience in a way that proves that you're worth listening to before they decide to even work with you. If you want to position your firm for significant opportunities over the next 2 years, there are 3 areas where I recommend that you focus for building thought leadership. Hit play on this next video. I'll see you there.